Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Saturday, April 30th, 2022, and I am here at a New Jersey stream trying to catch some trout on a fly rod. I hit up this spot in December last year and found there was a pretty decent population of wild brown trout, as well as a couple of stockers. So I'm thinking that if there's any place for me to hone my meager fly rod trout fishing skills, this would be as good a place as any. So let's just get to it, and we'll see if I've gotten any better at fly fishing for trout. Well guys, I've been at this for about an hour, and it is obvious that I am still very much a beginner when it comes to fly fishing. I've hooked probably about a dozen branches and blowdowns in the water, and even my own boot once. And in the process, I have hooked 0 trout. And it's not that they're not in here. I know they're in here. From past experiences, I know they're in here. So if you're wondering why I'm going through all this great looking trout water and not catching anything, it's because I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I've got the right fly. I'm using a San Juan worm, by the way. I don't know if I'm getting the right drifts. I'm barely able to control where I cast. So I'm pretty much a mess when it comes to fly fishing. And it's because I just don't do it enough. I don't do it enough to get good at it. So if I really took the time and effort to get good at fly fishing, I'm sure I could get a lot better. But I always get sidetracked. Well, not sidetracked. I just enjoy spin fishing and bait caster fishing, so I tend to do that more often. And this is just something I do to change it up every now and then. But what I can tell you is that if you're not good at fly fishing, it is one of the most frustrating things you can do. And I'm definitely getting a little bit frustrated here. I'm gonna stick with it for a little bit longer, just to see if I can get anything going. But I am definitely not having what I would call a successful day of fishing so far. And you can see I'm hitting the line with my fly rod, and yeah, I'm just an absolute disaster. But every fly fisherman started out as a disaster. You think that Lee Wolf was born a great fly fisherman? No. The first time Lee Wolf picked up a fly rod, he sucked at it. But he worked at it, and he got better at it, and he became one of the best fly fishermen of all time. So it's all about practice and the willingness to put the work in. And I don't think I'm quite willing to do that just yet, at least not when it comes to fly fishing. So, it has been 2 hours, and I have not gotten anything that might even be confused for a strike. So, I think what I'm gonna do is give up on the fly rod for today. I don't know whether it's my inexperience, I don't know whether the fish just aren't very active today, or if the bright sunny skies have anything to do with it, but for whatever reason, the fly rod is just not getting it done. So I'm gonna go back to the car, and I'm going to grab my spinning gear and see if I can't salvage the day. Sorry if I disappointed you, but you know, I would say 2 hours is a decent effort. You know, for not knowing what I'm doing, being frustrated, not getting any success. Sticking with it for 2 hours is pretty good. So I'm just going to use that as my excuse for why I can't catch anything, and we'll see if the spinning rod turns anything up. So sit tight, and I will see you in a couple of seconds. All right, guys, here we are at the spot I initially started. Got my spinning gear ready to go. My confidence is increased, and we're gonna see what happens. I'd actually be interested to see if I do get anything, in this water that I've already fished with the fly rod. If I do, that'll kind of be the last nail to hang up the sign, the big neon sign that says I suck at fly fishing. Well guys, it has been about another hour and I have caught just as many fish on the spinning gear as I did on the fly rod, which is to say 0. So I don't know, it just might be a tough day of fishing all around, because I'm hitting some really juicy looking pools where I've caught fish before and I'm just not seeing anything. I might give this maybe another hour, and if I don't get bit, I might just have to bail on this place. This is just not working out today. Ooh, that was a hit. That was a hit for sure. That's the first hit I've gotten on anything today. See if he'll come back for it. That's the first sign of any fish I've seen, really. Ooh, that was a big time hit. Damn. All right, all right. Starting to see some life out of these fish. Now, if only one of them would actually hook up. That's what I really like to see. Oh, fish on. It's a miracle. It's a chub. Well, you know what? I'm not getting skunked. That means a lot. Oh, and he's gone. No, yep, there we go. He found his way. Whew. Man, I know that was just a fall fish, but you have no idea how good that feels. All right, guys, last chance saloon right here. I'm gonna fish this pool, and if I don't catch anything, I'm probably just gonna call it a day, because look at this. You telling me there's not a fish in there? Anybody who's ever trout fished knows that there's a fish in there. And if I can't get one, then it just means I'm not gonna catch one anywhere. So I'll work this over pretty thoroughly, but if nothing, then this is going to be the end of today's adventure. Ooh, that was a fish. That was a fish for sure. I saw him flash. Looked like it might have been a decent fish too. Oh, there was a fish too. All right, so there are fish in this pool. That's good. That's good. Now I just got to get him to eat something instead of just swipe at it. Well, I will give you 3 guesses as to how many fish I caught out of this hole. And I'll even give you a hint. It was less than 1. Just a tough day all around. I tried the fly for a while. That didn't produce anything. Then I switched over to the spinning rod. I got 1 fall fish and a few other hits. But yeah, that for the most part wasn't working either. So just a tough day all around. But you know what? I feel a little bit better that I didn't catch much on the spinning rod, because that leads me to believe that even an experienced fly fisherman would have struggled today. You know, it wasn't only my lack of skill with the fly rod that, you know, resulted in 0 hookups on it. If I had absolutely slayed him on the spinning rod, it would have told me that I am the absolute worst fly fisherman in the world, which is kind of how I was feeling for a little while there. So, believe it or not catching fish actually boosted my confidence a little bit, which is a little bit backwards. And one more thing of note, while I was fly fishing, I did not lose a single fly. I had a couple of close calls and had to work to get them out of trees, but I ended the day with just as many flies as when I started. And on a day like today, I will take that as a victory. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure.